Howdy, everybody. Teresa here. Brad's outside getting a beagle. Be back in a moment, most likely. It is July 20th, 2016, Wednesday evening. It is now 5:31 p.m. and this is take 2. We're talking about being so distracted and stuff, and it's just like, I'll get to that in a minute. It is 91 degrees right now. Real feel is 104. The high will be 93 and the low will be 75. It's a pleasant day. It's not super overly hot. Won't do any good to complain about it. It certainly has been hotter. So, got to feel blessed. Yesterday, you guys know, we lay down, took nap, and then we got up and we didn't really feel like cooking, so Brad just made a couple, it was a mix of white cheddar and shells, and then we had a couple of those packets of how the tuna fish comes in the foil packets. Well, we had a couple of those that had salmon from the Dollar Tree, and we just used that as a vegetable, and it was good. And then we moved, my craft time. See, those of you that are crafters like I am, or artists, as you know, trying to have enough space for your craft items and not have that stuff run over. Because what was happening is I had the yarn and stuff here by the, kind of on top of the driver's seat and on the dashboard and stuff. Well, the dog kept running over, stringing my yarn everywhere, and, I'm having to climb up over the doghouse, and that's what they call the center console of an RV, for people that don't know, and climb up over everything to get to stuff, and that was really aggravating my knees. So we decided last night, since it was cooler out, to go ahead and move the craft stuff in the back bedroom where I sleep, because I actually sleep sideways on the bed because, there's not really, how many inches on either side of the bed do you think there are?
Maybe a foot.
You think even a foot? Well, yeah, but part of it's slanted.
Yeah.
Because it's covering wires and stuff. Yeah. So I sleep sideways because it's easier for me to get in and out of the bed that way. I sleep sideways at the foot of the bed, so the dogs are on the other side, and then we're using the sides of the bed to store stuff. And we have the windows blocked off with tinfoil anyway to help with the heat, and so that works out well. I'll be able to easily go back there and get my supplies, and also have my finished products, my finished knitwear, bagged and put up in the cabinet where it won't be, won't get hairy and won't get destroyed or anything. So that's what we were doing there. And it's always rearranging. You have to use every square inch available to you when you're living in an RV or a travel trailer full time. I probably will start sitting back there some to paint, because what's happening is sitting in the front room or the kitchen here is it's a main thoroughfare, and it's very distracting when you're trying to concentrate, and also you accidentally, your table gets bumped into, by your husband or by the big dog especially, but even the little dog. And it would be nice to sit back there and be able to paint, especially if I put a board up so that the dogs can't get through. And just have a little bit of quiet time, be able to put my headphones on, and that way too Brad knows that I'm working, and right, hon?
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what I'm gonna do back there. It's senseless not to use all of the RV. I mean, you got to make do. So after we did that, then I worked on making some of those crocheted jellyfish I was telling you guys about, and I did. This is the little you know, and I need to close this in some, and we just bought some polyfill, so this will be filled, and I'll have some eyes and a mouth. And I'm going to have to make some kind of a floor, you know, because you can't just have the polyfill hanging out. And I don't want to cinch it all the way down. Depends on how much I cinch it down. You know, I guess I could cross a bunch of yarn and stuff. If not, I'm thinking of making a duplicate one of these and then reversing it so it's got a whole floor, which I probably will do. I wouldn't want, you know, for a little kid to pull the stuffing out or to have it be ruined, you know, or, you know, real small babies or anything to eat the stuffing. So, working on that. Like I said, I don't have a pattern. I'm just going by pictures I've seen. And then I'm making these curly things. I've never made them, and I'm not really a crocheter because it really hurts my hands, but I'm learning how. And, you know, these are kind of fun to make. So, and I do like using this handle. And I've learned I actually wrap with my left hand now. And so I'm not having to use my right wrist quite as much. But, so yeah, making some of these to hang down. This is the jellyfish part, Megan, if it got the polyfill in it and the floor. And then you hang these down, below it. You know, however many you want to make. So, you know, like I said, I'll be making some of those as gifts and stuff. And I'll put some on Etsy for sale. And, you know, it'll be cute. I'm going to make some octopus. I'm going to make a whole aquarium thing. You know, different fish and an octopus and stuff like that. So, you know, hey, you got to go with the flow, right, hon?
Yes, ma'am.
Got to go with where you're living.
Yeah.
You know, and I got some ideas to do some of the curly cues on hats and stuff for this winter. That'll be really cute. Especially if doing some cancer hats, that can be really cute. Some of the curly cues and stuff for girls and also for even women that, you know, have a good sense of humor. So that's what I'm doing there. Today, Brad spent most of the morning and part of the afternoon on the phone taking care of some business calls. He handles all that kind of stuff. And we cleaned. We did our weekly cleaning. And I have to say, I told you guys before, I know this is really important, but for us that have cats, maybe it is, that I did not like the Walmart off-brand clumping cat litter at all. Even though it was supposed to be for multiple cats, it was crap. It did not stay clumped together. And I clean my cat litter box twice a week. For 2 cats is plenty. And it was horrible, and it stank, you know, and stuff. And so I switched to the Tidy Cat with just a little bit more. I've had to buy less of it. And also, it doesn't smell, and it stays clumped. I'm very, very happy with it. So, you know, it was just a little experiment. Also, I told you guys we had been buying, I think it was called like Twin Pets, and it looked like like Pick cereal, basically, you know, except a little darker in color. And we were feeding them one bag of that and one bag of I think it's the Alpo we buy them. And they were just blasting through that Twin Pet. And, you know, if they're eating more, they're pooping more. And, you know, so we decided this month we were just going to buy the Alpo. We didn't like feeding them that other stuff anyway, even though it was, you know, quite a bit cheaper. And they haven't gone through near the dog food, so, you know, it doesn't always pay to buy the cheapest stuff. Oh, you're going to need to go out and get a bag of the cat food and dog food. Yeah, and then we went and ran errands. We had to get a few things. Well, we rented a couple movies. We rented Andron.
Yeah.
Andron, and then Miracles from Heaven. So I picked Miracles from Heaven. We each always pick one movie, so I'm excited to see that. have to let you guys know how it is, and I'll let you know what Brad thinks of his movie. I need to get some polyfill for the stuffies I'm making. And then...
That's going to make a whole bitch of...
Well, they're selling these smaller, though.
I know.
Yeah. So, Brad got a loaf of French bread, and we're going to make pizza for dinner to go with the movies. And I am going to list this evening. I haven't listed yet, but I am listing that shawl this evening on Etsy. And then I'm going to quickly teach Brad. It won't take but a hot second to teach him how to list on Etsy because it's so easy. And he's going to list his jewelry pieces.
Remember, I'm slow.
Yeah, well, you'll get it. You're not stupid by any means. No, but you're not, you know. You can be taught. Old dogs can be taught new tricks. So anyway, one thing I'm talking about is feeling very blessed. You know, we all may be living in circumstances that are not maybe,
Ideal.
yeah, or how we pictured them, but there's a certain point where you need to feel very blessed that things are the way they are, that no matter, even if it's not exactly how you want it to be, things are working out okay. It doesn't mean you're not still worrying and you're not still stressed, but that things are okay. We could have landed in a lot worse places than where we've landed. Granted, the services are not here. Staying here, you know, if we won't be buying a home or getting land in this area because the services are not here that we would need as we age. But from what I've seen from some other RVers and heard from some of the RV parks they've landed in that are you know, not, you know, when you go with a cheaper RV park, because this is kind of middle range. This isn't the very cheapest RV park, but it's certainly not the most expensive. So, I mean, but you get some of these RV parks that are kind of like a drug den, and just are not safe, you know, and we've been very lucky because, you know, this is a safe area. I mean, you know, and, you know, the management really keeps an eye on stuff without making it where there's a million rules. So there are rules, but, you know, some of them are rather lax, you know, but the important ones they keep in check. I mean, you know, like their rules say you're allowed to have 2 dogs. Well, and they knew up front that we had 4, you know. It's not like we snuck the dogs in. They knew when Brad called checking around, hey, we've got 4 dogs. Okay, no problem, you know. As long as you keep them under control, no problem, pick up after them. Keep them on a leash. So, you know, we haven't had any real problems. It was a big adjustment. It certainly is a different lifestyle than what we used to live, but I feel very blessed. I feel very blessed that they actually care, you know, and that we have good neighbors. And that our neighbors care. You know, our neighbor Mitch, Brad goes fishing with him quite often. Him and his wife are very nice. You know, she's kind of a homebody like I am. You know, and he's like, oh, you know, because I got a bunch of plants out front. And he's like, any cuttings you guys want, just help yourself. And, you know, I mean, you know, they're just really nice people. I mean, sometimes Brad taking our trash, he'll ask Mitch if they got trash, and, you know, and it's just really nice, and Carl always is kind of keeping an eye, and I don't have to worry a bit about if Brad wasn't home and I needed some help, that I would have numerous people in this park that would help, you know, and that's really a nice feeling, you know. So just feeling very blessed. You know, things aren't ideal, and no, you know, you wish things were maybe a little easier, but, you know, in turn, I kind of feel like we're going through whatever path that God wants us to go through, that there's a lesson to be learned from all of this, and, you know, that maybe for now he wants us to stay right here. You know, he'll let us know when it's time for us to move on down the road. But for now, and I was kind of thinking about that the other day, honey, is you were taking pictures of the sunset and you're out there on the pier fishing. Well, once we do buy land and we move, that all ends. The ability to go out and watch the sunset over the bay ends.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still drive and do it, but you can't do it near as easily.
No.
It's
not just a short walk.
No. It's not a short walk to look out your window and go, hey, hon, can you go take pictures of that sunset?
Yeah.
It looks really incredible. Or, for him to say, you know what? There's nothing on TV. We always ask each other. And he's like, what are you going to be doing? And I'll say, I'm going to be looming or I'm going to be painting. He's like, well, I'm going to go fishing. And like, okay, so it is what it is. It could be worse. It's been a challenge, but we're working through it. I do enjoy and love having my husband retired and home. I do really enjoy that, I do. I mean, you've been retired now almost 4 months, and I do really enjoy the time we get to spend together.
Well, and I kept telling you, one of my biggest fears is I was going to drive you crazy.
No, you're not. You're not. I mean...
Mostly.
Well, it's been an adjustment for both of us, but no, I love having you home, and, especially on those days, too, when I know that maybe your back is killing you, and knowing that you're not having to, Yeah, so, Did you take some more leave, by the way?
No, I haven't.
Could you please do that? So, anyway, I just wanted to share that. There's always positive, and I'm also blessed by having so many wonderful friends. You guys do mean a lot, and you guys really encourage us, and you guys encourage me to keep with my artwork, which I always need encouragement to keep on with that. You guys encourage me to even keep on with the crafts, and say you enjoy hearing about our journey. You can have a drink of this over here if you want. And, I really appreciate that. We really appreciate you guys and your friendship and stuff. And that's why we go ahead and we make these daily vlogs, even though a lot of the time I do have to use some data on my phone to upload. But, this is my connection with the outside world. Right, hon? You okay?
Yeah.
You're back? Yeah. Your back really hurts. So anyway, you got anything else to say, babe?
No.
Okay.
Like you said, just very grateful for these people. It's a nice group of people.
Yeah.
I still marvel that we get more encouragement and moral support from people we've never met in person than we did from our families.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, most of our family.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the time we don't really bug our kids with our personal stuff. I mean, I don't know. I figure my kids have their own life and their own worries and their own struggles, especially because they have kids they're raising, and that's hard.
Yeah.
So we don't encumber them or I don't want them to worry or anything. So, usually all they know is everything's fine and, don't worry and all that kind of stuff. Because I want them just to be having a good time with their life and all that kind of stuff. So, but besides our children, the rest of the family is just...
we get encouragement from my brother.
Yeah, your brother.
And my aunt.
Yeah. Aunt Deborah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his brother Francis and stuff. But the friends, you guys are really keep us going and keep us fighting and letting us know it's okay not to be perfect and to show your true self. And hey, It's just what it is. So, anyway, I better get off here. Remember that I love you guys and I cherish your friendship. And I think you guys are all awesome. And say goodbye, Brad.
Goodbye, Brad.
Bye, guys.